Imagine reaching the end of your life with a fat bank account and a thin pile of memories. You did everything right. You saved. You skipped the trips. You said no to the dinners, the concerts, the once-in-a-lifetime adventures, because the responsible voice in your head told you to wait. And now you're sitting on a fortune you will never spend, in a body that can no longer use it. This is the quiet tragedy that Bill Perkins says almost nobody sees coming. Perkins is a former hedge fund manager and energy trader who spent his career thinking about risk and timing. And in his book Die with Zero, he makes a claim that sounds reckless at first. He says your goal should not be to die with the most money. Your goal should be to die with as close to zero as you can manage. Why would anyone smart say that? Stay with me, because by the end of this you may rethink your entire relationship with money. Let's count down the 5 ideas that make Die with Zero one of the most important money books of the decade. Number 5 to number 1. Number 5. Your life is the sum of your experiences. Think about who you are right now. Not your job title, not your salary. You. The person you've become is built entirely out of the things you've done, the places you've seen, the people you've loved, the moments that shaped you. Perkins calls money a tool, and only a tool. It has no value sitting in an account. It only becomes valuable the instant you convert it into an experience. And here's the part most people miss. Experiences don't just give you a moment of joy and then vanish. They keep paying you back. Perkins calls this the memory dividend. You take a trip with your friends at 25, and you don't just enjoy those few days. You replay them for the rest of your life. You tell the stories. You laugh about them at dinners decades later. You pull strength from them when times get hard. One experience, paid out again and again across your whole lifetime. So when you spend money on a meaningful experience, you're not spending, you're investing. You're buying an asset that compounds in your memory. A bigger bank balance does not do that. The money just sits there, but a memory grows. Number 4. Your ability to enjoy money expires. This is the idea that hits hardest. Money has no expiration date. You do. There are things you can do at 30 that you simply cannot do at 70. Backpacking across a continent. Dancing until sunrise. Carrying your child on your shoulders. Climbing the mountain instead of looking at it from the car. Perkins points out a brutal truth that the personal finance world loves to ignore. As you get older, you have more money but less ability to use it. Your health declines. Your energy fades. The window for certain experiences closes quietly, and most people don't even notice it shutting. This is why the data on retirement is so strange. Study after study shows that most retirees don't spend down their savings. Many die with nearly as much money as the day they retired, and some die with more. They spent 40 years training themselves to save, and they never learned how to stop. They had the money. They just no longer had the health, or the habit, or the permission to enjoy it. Perkins wants you to think in terms of health, free time, and money. When you're young, you have time and health but no money. In middle age, you have money and health but no time. And in old age, you finally have money and time, but your health is gone. The whole game is about moving your money to the seasons of life where you can actually turn it into joy. Waiting is not free. Waiting has a cost, and that cost is the experiences you'll never get back. Number 3. Saving on autopilot is its own kind of risk. We are taught that saving is always safe and spending is always risky. Perkins flips this. He says that oversaving is a risk too. It's just a hidden one. Most people pick a savings rate early in life and then run it on autopilot for decades, never asking if it still makes sense. They optimize for safety long past the point where safety means anything. Perkins isn't telling you to be careless. He's telling you to be deliberate. There is a level of savings you genuinely need, a survival threshold that covers your future and protects you from disaster. But beyond that threshold, every extra dollar you hoard is a dollar of life you traded for a number you'll never use. Perkins learned this the hard way. As a young man working in New York, he was proud of himself for saving aggressively on a small salary. His mentor, a seasoned trader named Joe Farrell, looked at what he was doing and basically told him he was being an idiot. "You're 20-something," Farrell said. "Your earning power is only going to grow. Why are you squirreling away pennies now, in the years you'll never get back, when you'll make far more later?" The point wasn't to stop saving forever. The point was that blindly saving at the wrong time is a mistake, just like blindly spending at the wrong time. Both waste your one finite resource, your life. Ask yourself an honest question. Are you saving for a clear purpose? Or are you just saving because saving feels safe and stopping feels scary? Number 2, give your money away while you're still alive. Most people plan to pass their wealth on through inheritance. You work, you save, you die, and then your kids get the money. Perkins thinks this is one of the most inefficient things you can possibly do. Here's the problem. If you wait until you die to give your children money, you usually hand it to them in their 50s or 60s, when they already have their own careers, their own savings, their own stable lives. The money arrives long after the moment it could have changed everything. Perkins asks a sharper question. When does a dollar do the most good in your child's life? Almost certainly not at age 60. It's in their 20s and 30s, when they're starting out, buying a home, raising kids, building something. That's when your help actually moves the needle. So give it intentionally, and give it on time. The same logic applies to causes you care about. If you want to give to charity, the money helps more today than it will after you're gone. A dollar feeding a hungry child now does its work immediately. There's no reason to make it wait for your funeral. The steel tycoon Andrew Carnegie said it more than a century ago. "The man who dies rich," he wrote, "dies disgraced." Carnegie gave away the vast majority of his fortune while he was alive, building libraries and schools all over the world, and he got to watch the good it did. Perkins is making the same point in modern language. Inheritance and charity are not things that should be triggered by your death. They are decisions you make on purpose, while you're still here to see them land. And number 1, use time buckets to design your life. This is the tool that ties everything together. Most people imagine retirement as the finish line. Work hard now, deny yourself now, and then at 65 you'll finally start living. Perkins says this is a trap, because by 65, many of the experiences you were saving for are already out of reach. Instead, he wants you to divide your remaining life into intervals. Picture your years ahead in chunks of 5 or 10 years. Now ask yourself, not what you want to do someday, but what you want to do in each specific bucket. Because someday is a lie that experiences die in. Some things belong to your 30s. Some things belong to your 50s. Some things can only happen while your parents are still alive, or while your kids are still small, or while your knees still work. When you lay it out this way, you see that experiences are tied to seasons, and a season that passes does not come back. This is why Perkins is so obsessed with timing. It's not about spending more, it's about spending at the right moment in your life, on the things that will give you the richest memory dividends. The skydive belongs in a younger bucket. The slow river cruise belongs in an older one. Match the experience to the window where you can truly savor it, and you get a life that's full all the way through, instead of a life that's all sacrifice followed by a vault full of unused cash. So let's come back to the beginning. To the person at the end of their life with a fat bank account and a thin pile of memories. Die with zero is not telling you to be reckless. It's not telling you to blow your savings or ignore the future. It's telling you that the point of money was never to accumulate it. The point was to convert it, at the right time, into a life that was actually lived. Your bank balance is not your score. Your experiences are. And every year you wait, the window narrows a little more. You will not take a single dollar with you. But the experiences you choose to buy with your time and your money, those become the only things you truly keep, replaying as memory dividends right up to the end. So the real question Bill Perkins leaves you with is simple, and it's worth sitting with today. Not how much can you save, but how much can you live?